I'm Mark Greenstein of Ivy Bound with this too frequent call. My kid is an A student. He only got a mediocre SAT score. Can you help? Answer, yes. And with it, let me explain for her and many people in the same situation why A students often end up with 1100. Mediocre, okay? It's just a little above average. Why does this happen? In even the better schools where it's hard to get A's, those schools often don't teach to the test. And so an A student is clearly a diligent student. If he hasn't been exposed to what's on the test, he really can't get at his best. You can get a good score. It's hard to get a great score without working towards the test itself. That's what we do. And we also add strategies so that once you are exposed, you know how to do battle with them. Let me talk about why the verbal, I'll do the math on a different video, why the verbal is definitely different from what you do in school. In school, you spend 3 weeks, 4 weeks reading a novel, analyzing it chapter by chapter, maybe writing an essay about themes. And your kid's very good at writing and analyzing. On the SAT, the reading is 13 minutes, and the amount you're spending your 13 minutes reading about 600 words maximum. Questions, though, are quite intricate, and that's not what happens in school. School questions are open-ended. Let's discuss. Here, 4 choices, 1 of them superior, 3 of them inferior, but sometimes close, tempting for one reason or another. If they're experienced at working through these sometimes intricate questions, finding the detail, recognizing what an inference between details is, they don't have a hard time with these questions. But in school, that's usually not the kind of reading analysis that teachers do. Grammar is the other part of verbal. And grammar is usually done pretty well in school, but that was 3 or 4 years ago in 7th, maybe even 6th grade. And so here it is, 10th grade, and your kid forgot some stuff or doesn't apply stuff in their context under time pressure. When you work at the SAT in its context, under its time guidelines, you have a much better chance of pulling your score up from that 1100 to 1300. I have seen enough students on the verbal alone go up 200 points to say it's doable for an awful lot of kids, okay? 200 points is on the high side, but it is realistic. Now let's talk about getting those other 200 points maybe on the math side. I'll catch you for that next.